Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go now on this Thursday. Of course, Christmas Day, it is in sight in the forecast, and a lot of folks wondering, will there be any weather complications between now and Christmas Day? Again, maybe you're doing some traveling to Grandma's house. We're going to answer that question coming up and also talk about, well, a pretty cooler forecast, a fairly chillier forecast as we go over the next several days heading into the weekend. And in fact, talking about that chillier forecast, out the door this morning it was chilly as well. But as we go through this afternoon, sunshine, you'll like that, light winds and daytime highs right up around 60. So definitely on the cooler side, but at least technically it's about where we should be for this time of year. Now those morning lows, again, out the door this morning, they were downright chilly. In fact, take a look up in Denton, 28 degrees. McKinney flirting with the freezing mark, 32. And even the Burleson area down in the Spinks Airport area down to 32 as well this morning. So big coats were definitely needed, especially in our western counties. Widespread freeze out there. It was a light freeze. And again, you can also see up along the Red River Valley, most of our hometowns there also, again, at or below freezing at sunrise this morning. So radar, it's completely quiet. Probably don't have to tell you that, again, with all the bright sunshine out there today. The cold front that came through the area, it's kind of hard to see blue on blue, but the blue line over the blue Gulf of Mexico there, that is where the cold front is. But it's made tracks well out into the Gulf of Mexico. Didn't stall at the coast. Again, it blew all the way out into the Gulf. Now, around the region, we're quiet today. If you are going to be traveling, you would have to look well off to the north, up across the northern tier to find some active wintry weather there. The Carolina, Georgia coast, an opportunity of some thunderstorm activity there. Elsewhere around the country, it's going to be a relatively quiet day. But as we look around the nation, looking at the current air mass here, you can see a good part of the country with that front that moved through our area and through a good part of the nation. It is downright cold, but the good news is this is Canadian air, not Arctic air. As we know, this time of year, the end of December here in North Texas, we could easily have a blast of Arctic air. And again, the good news is the Arctic air is staying well to the north, bottled up across parts of Canada, but the current pattern we're in, it is going to be favorable for additional cold fronts, and we do have another cold front on the way for tomorrow. But again, as you looked around the nation, it's going to be a Canadian front, but it's just going to kind of recycle the current air mass we have. This is the reason why. You can see the big ridge out to the west, but coming up and over the ridge, we remain in this northwesterly flow, right? Kind of a sink drain effect. Everything to the north kind of funnels down into North Texas, and what's going to funnel down in, you can see that blue line right there. That is our next front. But again, like I mentioned, just kind of recycling our current air mass. So for tomorrow, as opposed to being right around 60, we'll be in the mid to upper 50s generally around the area. There's the storm trough bringing that through. Otherwise, quiet through the weekend, but important details here as we get into early next week, next Tuesday, which, by the way, is Christmas Eve day. There's going to be a fairly significant storm trough coming in, and the way it looks right now for Christmas Eve day, again, this upcoming Tuesday, you see it develop right there. There may be an opportunity of scattered showers, thunderstorms, and maybe even some stronger thunderstorms in the area, especially from the Interstate 35 corridor off to the east. Again, looking at the modeling, you can see the opportunity of heaviest rain. This is mainly this upcoming Tuesday, would be mainly in our eastern counties over towards the piney woods of eastern Texas. Otherwise, between now and then, what you see is what you get. A lot of bright sunshine, some cooler temperatures tomorrow, but again, generally speaking, no real weather complications through the weekend. Looking out over the next 14 days or so, in fact, this goes all the way through January 1st, 2025. The Climate Prediction Center thinking for most of the country, the temperatures will be at or just above normal. So right around 60 today, this looks good. Again, you can see a lot of bright sunshine there on the forecast map. Winds do remain light through the day. 5 to 10, so again, no added wind chill. If you're making any kind of evening plans, last-minute shopping plans, temperatures kind of settling through the 50s. Again, no real wind chill factors. Winds remain light. Overnight, most of us in the 30s. We're dry. We're quiet overnight. And then with that next front for tomorrow, Friday, again, temperatures easing back a couple notches, mostly 50s, but still a lot of bright sunshine, even for our finally Friday. So we're quiet into the weekend, no complications there. Again, it's going to be next Tuesday. You can see it right there, Christmas Eve day, an opportunity of rain and storms.